Hello and welcome to a new video from DankFacts. Before we get started, don't forget to like this video. Get subscribed and ring the notification bell to not miss any new video we upload on this channel. Nintendo is one of the major companies in the gaming industry. Not only is it a large business, but it's also one of the most popular companies as well. Why? Because they were and still are a very innovative company. They always try to come up with new, refreshing ideas that are unlike what their competition has to offer. And in many ways, that's a really good thing. But there are some people that don't really know everything about Nintendo. If you are one of them, here are some cool facts you may want to know about this amazing company. Number 1. Nintendo was a playing card company at first. The Nintendo company was created in 1889, and at that time, it was just a playing card company. As you can imagine, there was no talk of computers or anything like that at such a time, and that's the thing that makes Nintendo so amazing. It really is one of those companies that you just can't figure out how much it will grow or what it can deliver in the long term. And in many ways, that's special for this business. But yes, they aren't a video game or console manufacturer at heart. At first, they were creating playing cards. Yes, it sounds pretty harsh, but this is the truth. Number 2. If Mario would be real, he could jump more than 25 feet. This one is pretty simple to understand. Game gravity is not similar to the normal gravity. So yes, you can expect some things to be very different when compared to the real thing. That doesn't necessarily make Mario an unrealistic game, but in the end, it's safe to say that games create and exist in their own world, which is actually a very important thing to keep in mind, whether you accept that or not. That's up to you. Number 3. Nintendo tried to branch into a variety of other companies. They actually tried to create noodle soup, ballpoint pens, and even some baby swings. This sounds quite hard to imagine considering what Nintendo is at this time, but yes, if anything, it shows that a company may require a bit of time until it will finally deliver the type of results you may expect. That doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing, but if anything, Nintendo just tried to make sure that just like any other companies, it will have some way to evolve. Number 4. The Mario Brothers don't have a last name. It sounds strange, but it's actually true. The Mario Brothers actually don't have any last name. Nintendo didn't really want to give them a name either, aside from their regular surnames. So yes, this is quite an interesting approach that Nintendo had, and one that does actually pay off quite a lot due to this. The thing to note here is that the fans didn't want to add a specific name either. They thought that Nintendo's choice was a wise one. It's quite interesting, considering the fans are always trying to improve these games one way or the other. Number 5. Donkey Kong, Peach, and Mario are created based on characters from Popeye. Nintendo actually acquired a license for these characters when they failed to create a Popeye video game. That sounds nice in theory, but considering what we got from Nintendo by acquiring these licenses, maybe we're happy that games never saw the light of day. But it still shows that even a failure can lead to success, if you know how to handle and tackle everything in the right manner. Number 6. The Japanese NES had voice activation. Not a lot of people know this, but Nintendo did integrate voice activation in the NES. Sure, this was only for the Japanese version, and it wasn't the best voice activation out there, but it did bring in front plenty of value and quality for the customers. If anything, it really shows the efficiency and quality that you can expect from something like this, and it also showcases the power that the NES brought to the table with its unique tech. Number 7. Nintendo owns the Seattle Mariners. Well, the Nintendo owner has the company too, and it clearly shows the true power and efficiency that you can get from things like these. It's amazing, to be honest, and it will surely impress you with its unique appeal and one-of-a-kind experiences. But yes, having the company actually own the Seattle Mariners is surreal. Number 8. The Wii sensor bar doesn't communicate with the console. It's a shocker, true, but the sensor bar from the original Wii is actually there to offer infrared light to the Wii Wiimotes. If anything, you can replace this with another type of light source, and it will work just as well. Sure, there will still be some challenges to be had here and there, but this actually worked in the case of a few people. It all comes down, it seems, to your intelligence and the ideas that you may have, but it can definitely offer some major ideas and advantages as long as you have the right approach. Number 9. Nintendo almost released a knitting accessory. Nintendo is widely known for releasing strange accessories, but while this one didn't see the light of day, it was still the strangest one out there. The idea was to let the players create their own knitting patterns, and the reason why they cancelled it is because they opted for around 7 older people to test this product. Unfortunately, they all passed away, and the product was cancelled. But the sheer fact that Nintendo was almost there when it comes to releasing a knitting accessory is nothing short of shocking. Number 10. The first Nintendo games had around 6 megabytes. Right now, games are a lot larger, and that's maybe a good thing. The graphical fidelity in there is amazing, and the overall benefits and results you get from this are really special. This really goes to show the true power of Nintendo and how impressive and unique the company gets to be. They are innovators and experts in what they do. Number 11. The GameCube isn't an actual cube. If you study its dimensions, you will notice that the Nintendo GameCube is not a cube at all. But that doesn't really matter. The name sticks really well and people did enjoy the unit a lot, which is what really matters in the end. Number 12. Wii Sports is the best-selling Nintendo game until the Switch. The reason why we say that is the Switch is still selling games and it's hard to quantify, but the fact that Wii Sports is the game which had the most sales in that is really saying something. If anything, it goes to show just how impressive and downright amazing Nintendo can be and how many benefits it delivers to everyone. Number 13. Luigi is a pun in Japanese. Luigi comes from ruigi, which in Japanese means similar. And yes, Nintendo actually shows that Luigi is similar to Mario. In fact, it's the exact same character with a few changes in a different color scheme. But it actually makes sense to have a character like that, and the experience you get from playing both of them is quite astonishing, to be honest. Number 14. The Legend of Zelda was the first console game to let you save your game. Until 1986, games didn't allow you to save your progress, and that was really bad because you had to repeat the same experience over and over. But with Nintendo's Zelda game, things changed, and as you can imagine, this was for the better. People finally had a great way to save their progress, and that did bring in front some really good benefits and ideas. Number 15. Tom Hanks was cast in the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Unfortunately, the movie didn't end up using the actor. The reason is that Nintendo thought Hanks was too expensive, and he may not be good for the role in the first place. It's really interesting to see something like this, knowing how Nintendo's movie history is and the great movie career that Hanks had even at that time. Number 16. Super Mario Bros. Was the first movie that was based on a video game. We now see tons of movies based on games. Most of them are not successful, but one thing still remains here. Super Mario Bros. Was the first one that was actually based on a game, and a very successful game at that. If anything, it shows that even at such an early time in the video game world, they could have been successful movies. Here you have 16 great facts that you never knew about Nintendo. If you love Nintendo a lot, then you will surely be impressed by its history and how interesting its games were. Don't hesitate to learn more about this amazing company and other gaming stuff by browsing our website often.